Now what? Now you need to get to know your new Jetta. Oh, by the way, you made a great choice with Jetta. Of course, I say that about all the Volkswagen models, but it's true for each one. No, I mean that. It's true because it's the right car for you. There's something about Jetta that made you want to own one. You responded to what Jetta is. A sporty, fun car with great German engineering. And you're the type of person who appreciates that. But there's more to your new Volkswagen than meets the eye, and this video will show you some things that you may not have been aware of. Your owner's manual has everything you need to know about your new Jetta. For your safety, as well as your passengers, make sure you follow the suggestions and warnings in it. But for now, watching this program will get you started. Hey, and just think, you don't have to rent a tape tonight. If you take the time to read it, you might just find a few surprises in your owner's manual. Now, it's probably not going to make Oprah's book club, but you might find something that makes you say, I didn't know that. Now, just as you're unique, Jetta has some unique features you should be aware of. Let's take a look at some of the surprising things that makes Jetta a Jetta. Now, the first surprise you'll encounter is the key. It may not look like much, but this little click and fold wonder packs a lot of functions in its spring-loaded package. As you'd expect, you can use it to manually lock and unlock your Jetta. Turn the key once to the right to lock Jetta's doors. Jetta will beep to tell you it's locked, and a red light next to the lock button will flash, telling you the alarm is set. To unlock just the driver's door, turn the key once to the left. To unlock all the doors, turn it twice. Now here's the surprising part. You can lower the windows from outside the car by turning the key to the left and holding it. Cool, huh? Hey, it's great for hot days. Now, you can also close the windows and the power sunroof the same way. Just turn the key to the right and hold it. Ah, but wait, there's more, as they say. Your key also has a radio frequency remote control. By pressing the right buttons, you can lock the doors and set the alarm. Unlock the driver's door, unlock all the doors, or open the rear lid. You'll need to press and hold the button to release the deck lid. There's also a panic button. In emergencies, or if you just can't remember where you parked your car, press and hold the panic button. The lights will flash and the horn will sound. Press the button again to turn it off. But wait, there's still more. Your ignition key also has a thing called an immobilizer in it. When your ignition is switched off, your Jetta is immobilized unless your specific key is used. Hot wiring or any other attempts to start the engine just won't work. Your local hardware store can't make unauthorized copies. If you need an additional key or a replacement key, you must bring all of your keys to a Volkswagen dealer. They can make you a new key and reinitialize all your keys. You can't code just one. They all need to be recoded. When you picked up your Jetta, you received a key identification tag with a code number on it. You'll need that if you need to add or replace a key. You might want to store that code number with other vehicle documents outside the vehicle. Don't leave it in the car. The power windows on your new Jetta offer you a couple of nice surprises. First of all, both driver and front passenger windows have a one-touch up and down function. Pushing the switch down all the way will make the window open automatically. Pulling the switch up all the way will close it. Touching the switch again in either direction will make it stop. You can also adjust the window up and down by pushing the switch part way in either direction. And it has pinch protection. If somebody should happen to stick their hand or some other object in the window as it's closing, it automatically reverses. Now that's a smart window. How does it know? I'm sure you'll find plenty of little surprises as you get to know your new Jetta. And the more you know, the more you'll like it. Hey, that's the fun of it. Stick around and learn a little more. Do you ever have the feeling that something just isn't quite right, but when you find out what it is, you discover it's completely normal? Sort of like hearing a noise at night, only to find out it's just the ice maker in the fridge? Well, you may discover things like that on your Jetta. You may think something is wrong when there isn't. In other words, don't panic. There's usually an explanation for everything. One of the most common things like this you might encounter is the check engine lamp. When that lamp goes on, it might send chills up your spine, but usually it's nothing to get all Scooby-Doo over. It often just means you haven't tightened your gas cap. When the fuel filler cap is left off or ajar, the emission system sees this as a leak and illuminates the check engine lamp, or MIL for malfunction indicator lamp. Always tighten it until you hear it click. You can't over-tighten it. The MIL may remain on until you've completed 3 good trips with the cap secured. That is, ignition on, drive for a while, ignition off. If the MIL remains illuminated after 3 good trips, contact an authorized Volkswagen service department. If the MIL flashes while driving, however, this could be a serious concern and should be dealt with as soon as possible. Here's another non-issue that may have you saying, uh-oh, for no reason. If your Jetta is equipped with an electronically controlled adaptive transmission, you know that the drivetrain learns your driving habits and adjusts the shift points to best suit you. If you share the car with another person in your household, over time, the adaptive transmission will learn their driving habits as well. The difference will be subtle, and it doesn't happen right away. It takes a while for the transmission to learn a new driver's style. But we know a lot of Volkswagen drivers are really in tune with their car. It may seem to you like your Jetta is shifting too late or too early, when it may just be adapted to someone else's driving. Before calling the service department, you might want to see if your roommate has been borrowing your car. Here's something else you might think is a problem, but isn't. You'll find that when you eject a disc from the CD player or a tape from the cassette player, it feels warm to the touch. Don't panic. There's nothing wrong. It's just heat from all the gizmos inside the instrument panel. Absolutely normal. And the heat will not damage your CD or tape. If you have a power sunroof, you'll notice that it doesn't quite open all the way when you turn the switch to the open position. Again, that's normal. It's designed that way to prevent flutter or wind buffeting at high speeds. If you want full access to the sky, just turn the switch past the open position and hold it for a couple of seconds. And it will open all the way. If you unlock your car using your remote and don't open the door within 30 seconds, the system will assume you unlocked the doors inadvertently and will automatically lock the doors again. It rarely happens, but every once in a while you might blow a fuse. I don't mean you've got a short temper. I mean a circuit might get overloaded and literally blow a fuse. And you wouldn't want to be without your tunes, would you? I didn't think so. Luckily, the fuse panel is easy to access from the driver's door opening at the left side of the instrument panel. There's a diagram on the back of the panel cover to tell you what fuse goes to what. Keep a supply of fuses on hand and you won't be in the dark for long. Now here's a feature that might make it seem like you have invisible friends. Rolling door locks. When your vehicle reaches approximately 8 miles an hour, the doors will automatically lock. This is a safety feature to protect you in the event of a collision. Now, not everyone likes having invisible friends, however, and would prefer to lock their doors themselves. If you want to disable the rolling door locks, just take your Jetta to the service department. They'll be more than happy to change it for you. As you get to know your new Jetta, if you should come across something that seems like a problem and doesn't have a good, reasonable explanation, contact your authorized Volkswagen service department. Or call Scooby-Doo and the gang. Where would we be without our tunes? Music and driving just go together like peanut butter and jelly. Without tunes, sometimes it's just not worth the trip. Luckily, your new Jetta comes equipped with a state-of-the-art 8-speaker AM/FM CD cassette player with control capability for an optional 6-disc CD changer for your musical enjoyment. There's also an optional monsoon sound system. But regardless which sound system you have, I'm sure you'll want to program in your favorite stations. You can program up to 12 AM and 12 FM stations. First, select the band you want, AM1, AM2, FM1, or FM2. Now tune your radio to the station you want to program. Once you've got it, press and hold any of the preset buttons until you hear a slight beep. That's it. Easy, huh? Just repeat the process for the rest of your presets. And for you long-distance rockers, your radio will find the 6 strongest stations in any area and automatically program them in numerical order. Just select AM/AS or FM/AS in the display. Then press the AS or Auto Store button for approximately 2 seconds, and you've got tunes without hunting. It doesn't erase your presets. To return to your stations, just press AM or FM buttons again. Your fine new radio also has a special feature to protect it against theft. If it's removed, it will not operate without a secret code that must be keyed into it. When you remove the key from the ignition, a blinking red light shows others that your radio is protected and inoperative if removed. You also received a radio code card at delivery with a 4-digit number on it. Keep it in a safe place with your other vehicle documents. If for some reason your radio ever needs to be serviced, it may need to be recoded by the service department, and you'll be ready to rock. Your new Jetta is a lot of fun. The German engineering really lets you feel like you're driving, not just going along for the ride. But in driving, there's always an element of risk. Accidents do happen. And there's a lot of comfort in knowing how safe your new Jetta is. That's why it's important to know about all of Jetta's safety features. Included in your owner's manual is a section called Safety First. Make sure you take the time to look through it to learn all about being safe in your new Jetta. We'll cover some highlights here. First, you should always wear your safety belt. It should fit snug and low across the pelvis. To properly adjust it for your height, slide the height adjuster up or down until the belt is midway over your shoulder. It should never ride against your neck. The head restraint should be at eye level or higher. To allow proper airbag deployment, you should position yourself as far away from the steering wheel as possible while still maintaining comfortable control. You must be at least 10 inches or 25 centimeters away from the steering wheel. All safety belts have automatic locking retractors to properly secure child restraint devices. Make sure you read your owner's manual as well as the manufacturer's safety seat manual for the proper use. And child restraints should not be used in the front seat. Your new Volkswagen is equipped with the latch system. Latch stands for Lower Anchors and Tethers for Children and is the best method for securing a child restraint in your Jetta. The lower anchors are welded to the vehicle's floor under the rear seat. You can find the latch points between the seat and seat back under the identifying buttons. Hey, you might find some spare change down there too. A latch-ready child restraint device will lock on to these anchors. The tethers attach to fixed points on the rear deck. Or on Jetta Wagon, the tether anchors can be found on the back of the seat. Always consult your manual and manufacturer's instructions to properly install your child restraint. And speaking of child safety, your Jetta also has child safety locks on the rear doors to prevent children from opening a door while the vehicle is in motion. To engage the safety locks, insert the tip of your key into the slot on the edge of the rear door above the latch and turn it to the left. Now the door can only be opened from the outside. Just turn it back to the right to disengage the lock. There's a rear window safety switch on the driver's door. Pressing the switch will prevent rear seat passengers from operating the windows. Drives kids crazy. There's also a switch on the driver's door to release the rear deck lid. The safety part is the lock on the switch to prevent unauthorized entry to the trunk. And if someone should manage to get themselves stuck in the trunk, there's a glow-in-the-dark emergency release to open it from the inside. Daytime running lamps are another safety feature and have been proven to reduce the likelihood of an accident. When you start the car and release the parking brake, the daytime running lamps automatically come on. DRLs are not powerful enough for nighttime use, however. Make sure you turn the switch to the headlight position at night. To turn on the fog lamps, pull the switch out. And please, drive safely. We want you to stay in the Volkswagen family for a long time. Your Jetta is designed to keep you comfortable while driving. Not soft old couch kind of comfortable, the kind of active comfort you need to stay refreshed and alert while driving, while giving you full access to all the controls. Your first source of comfort comes from Jetta's seats. You'll notice they're firm and supportive. You'll need to adjust the seat to give you the greatest comfort while positioning yourself correctly behind the wheel. First, lift the lever in front to move the seat forward or back. Use the ratcheting lever on the side to adjust the height of the seat. Turn the wheel at the base of the seat to adjust the seat back. And for perfect comfort, adjust the seat heaters if your Jetta has them. Just rotate the wheel to set the temperature. If you have the GLX with 8-way power memory seats, make sure you check out the GLX section near the end of this program. Next, adjust the steering wheel. Release the lever under the steering column. Now adjust the steering wheel up or down and in or out for your driving comfort. For proper airbag deployment, it must be at least 10 inches or 25 centimeters away from your chest. Sometimes getting comfy means being able to take the stuff you need with you. And Jetta has a 60/40 split folding rear seat to make sure your gear is comfy too. To fold the seat, pull the loop in front and pull the seat bottom up. Then pull the release handle from the backrest and pull it forward. Remove the head restraint and store it securely. To return it, just reverse the process. Make sure the seat back latches securely to ensure the safety belts will work properly. There is also a rear seat back lock on both sides to secure the cargo area. Use your key to lock the seat back to prevent unauthorized access. Your heating and cooling system will make driving a breeze. The functions are very simple and easy to use, but you should know about a couple of features to make you even more comfy. The recirculation button closes the intake vents and recirculates the air in the cabin. This is good when there's dust or odors outdoors that you'd rather not have in your car. Recirculation is also the best way to cool your car quickly or when the windows are fogged up. With the air conditioning on, this is the best way to take moisture out of the cabin. You shouldn't leave the system in recirculation mode for extended periods. You need to have fresh air circulating to stay alert and refreshed. If you have the Climatronic automatic climate control system, nothing could be simpler. Just press the auto button, set the temperature, and the system does the rest. For complete details on the operation of your heating and cooling system, check out your owner's manual. And you'll be comfy cozy in your new Jetta, no matter what the weather. I know what you're thinking. I already know how to drive my Jetta. I got it home, didn't I? Well, yes, you did. But I think we should talk about a few of the finer points of operating your Jetta right now. No sense learning on the road, right? First, your Jetta is equipped with a shift lock. That means you must have your foot on the brake in order to shift out of park or neutral. And on manual transmissions, the clutch must be fully depressed in order to start your car. On the steering column, you'll find two multi-purpose control stalks. The one on the left controls turn signals, high beams, and cruise control if equipped. The one on the right controls the windshield wipers. On GLX, it also controls the multi-function trip computer. To flash the high beams, pull the left stalk toward you. To leave the high beams on, push it away from you. To use cruise control, push the switch to on. Once you've reached the desired speed, press Set. You can decrease your speed in 1 mile per hour increments with each press of the Set button, and increase it with each push of the Resume button. Tapping the brake or pushing in the clutch will disengage the cruise control. Pushing Resume will take you back to the set speed. As I mentioned, the right stalk controls the windshield wipers. It's pretty basic, you'll figure it out. But if you have a GLX, it also controls the multi-function computer. Check out the special GLX section at the end of this program for details. You other guys are jealous now, aren't you? You know, sometimes bad things happen to good people, like flat tires. If you should happen to get a flat, you'll find a full-size spare under the flooring in the trunk, along with a jack and special tools you'll need for changing the tire. There's also a wheel lock key to remove the locking lug nut on each wheel. This is an important tool. Without this, you can't remove the wheels, and that makes it really hard to change a flat. Whether you change your tire or roadside assistance comes to help you, make sure it's put back where it belongs, so it'll be right where you need it. You should also know what goes on under the hood. Once you've released the hood from inside the vehicle, pull the safety catch and open the hood. All the fluid fill points are clearly marked. This is the engine oil dipstick for checking your oil level, the oil fill port, the windshield washer solvent bottle, and the engine coolant reservoir. Check fluids with the engine cold and on a level surface for accurate readings, and see your service manual for the proper fluids and capacities. Your new Jetta may also be equipped with any of a number of advanced features. Depending on the model and options you've selected, you may have electronic differential lock, anti-slip regulation, engine braking control, Tiptronic automatic transmission, or an adaptive fuzzy logic automatic transmission. Each of these features affects how you drive your Jetta and how your Jetta handles. We don't have time to go into the details on all these features here. You should always reference your owner's manual or talk to your sales consultant or service advisor for more details. Or give us a call at customer care. We're there for you. One of the things that made you choose a Volkswagen is that it's different. Different is a good thing. It sets us apart from the crowd. It sets you apart from the crowd. And one of the ways you can make your Jetta truly distinctive is by adding genuine Volkswagen parts and accessories. Your Volkswagen dealership has a great selection of accessories to jazz up your new Jetta. Everything from wheels to roof racks, air deflectors, splash guards, cargo liners, and rear spoilers, just to name a few. There's interior accessories too, trim kits, shifter knobs, everything you need to give Jetta your signature. Of course, you can't be driving all the time. There's also driver gear, Volkswagen branded lifestyle clothing and accessories that make a fashion statement that says, "I love my Volkswagen." With shirts, hats, jackets, PDA cases, wallets, backpacks, luggage, even hacky sacks and yo-yos, there's something for everyone who owns a Volkswagen or wants to own one. Oh, by the way, these make great gifts too. I wear a large. If you decided on a Jetta GLX, you're a member of an elite driving fraternity. Or sorority, I guess that depends on you. No secret handshakes, no initiation rites, just the knowledge that you bought the finest Jetta available, all the bells and whistles. As such, you also have a few more details to know about in order to fully enjoy your new Jetta. Your GLX has 8-way power memory seats for the driver and front passenger, with memory positions for 3 different drivers. The memory settings also include the positions of the outboard mirrors. First, the seats must be initialized before you can store a position in memory. To do this, open the driver's door. Switch the ignition to the on position, but don't start the car. Using the switches on the side of the driver's seat, move the seat all the way forward and all the way up, and the seat back all the way forward. That's it. Now you can set the memory positions. To set the memory for the first driver, close the door and adjust the seat to a comfortable driving position. Then adjust the outboard mirrors using the control on the driver's door. Once you set the seat and mirrors, make sure the memory switch is in the on or down position. The ignition switch should be in the on position, but do not start the engine. Now press the 1 button on the side of the driver's seat for 3 seconds until you hear a confirming beep. The first memory position is set. Now you can assign your memory position to your individual key. That way, when you use your remote to unlock your car, your seat and mirrors will automatically go to your memory position. After you set the memory position, you have 10 seconds to program a remote. So if you're watching this and trying to assign your memory position, it's already too late. You have to be quick. Here's how you do it. Leave the key in the on position. Depress and hold the 1 memory button, the one closest to the front of the vehicle. While holding the button down, turn the ignition off and remove the key. Keep holding the memory button and press and hold the unlock button on the remote. In about 3 seconds, a tone will confirm that the remote has been programmed. If you want to turn the memory system off, just press the red Memory Off button. If there should be a loss of power, such as a battery disconnect or rundown battery, you'll need to reinitialize and reset all the memory positions. The multifunction trip computer keeps tabs on a bunch of stuff: outside temperature, fuel consumption, average speed, elapsed time, and more. To access this wealth of information, use the rocker switch on the tip of the right stalk. The switch lets you toggle up or down through the selections, which are displayed in the center of the instrument panel. Outside temperature is always shown. The reset button on the bottom of the stalk lets you switch between 2 different displays: single trip and total trip memory. Pressing the reset button briefly switches between the 2 displays. You'll see a 1 for single trip or a 2 for total trip memory. Single trip memory is the information since you turn the ignition on. Total trip memory accumulates until you reset it, or until the memory maximums are reached. To reset the displays, with the ignition on, press and hold the reset button for 2 seconds, and the memory for the selected display will be erased. Single trip memory resets each time you turn off the ignition for more than 2 hours. Your steering wheel is no ordinary steering wheel. It contains the controls for cruise control and the radio, allowing you to pay more attention to the road. The rocker switches on the left operate the cruise control. Once the system is on, press Set to set your cruising speed. Press Resume to go back to the set speed after braking or canceling cruise control. You can also increase or decrease speed in cruise control by tapping or holding the rocker switch until the desired speed is set. Pressing Cancel will temporarily turn off current operation of cruise control, but will not turn the system off. Pressing Resume again will take you back to the set speed. The rocker switches on the right control the radio or CD player, whichever is in use. Volume can be controlled up or down. The bottom rocker switch lets you sift through radio stations or CD tracks. Another cool feature on your GLX is rain sensing wipers. The sensor is actually part of your rearview mirror. In the mounting base of the mirror, there's a sensor that determines whether it is raining and adjusts the wiper speed accordingly. To use rain-sensing wipers, the ignition switch must first be in the on or run position. Turn the wiper switch to the intermittent position. Then set the sensitivity with the switch on the top of the stalk. To the left makes it more sensitive, to the right less. And the system does the rest, changing wiper speed automatically. The rear view mirror on your GLX has another nice feature. When driving at night, a sensor automatically dims the mirror when vehicles with headlights approach from the rear, helping prevent glare and night blindness. You can turn off the self-dimming function if you want. You also have a little secret tucked away in the rear deck. A retractable sunshade helps keep your interior cool. Just pull it up and hook it into the slots on either side. You have good reason to be proud of your Jetta GLX. Like all Jettas, it provides the responsive handling and performance you want for driving fun. Oh, and all the extra goodies aren't bad either. We'd like to thank you for buying a Volkswagen. At Volkswagen, we truly care about you and your driving experience. We want it to be an enjoyable, rewarding, fun experience for you, and we'll be there for you when you need us. In addition to your owner's manual, there are informative brochures available on many subjects related to your new Jetta, available at your Volkswagen dealer. Stop in and pick up a few. You might learn some cool stuff. Of course, you can always call your sales consultant or service advisor for help, or drop into the dealership. They'll be happy to see you. And make sure you book your first service appointment soon. We want to make sure everything on your new Jetta is as perfect as you expect it to be. You can also contact customer care at 1-800-822-8987 if you have any questions or concerns that cannot be resolved through the dealership.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the Volkswagen Customer Care Center. This is Charlene Turner. How can I help you?
Don't forget that if you should ever have trouble on the road during your 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, we're right there with you with roadside assistance. And by all means, visit VW.com from time to time. There's always something new, information, press releases, RadioVW.com, and of course, product information on the complete Volkswagen lineup. Maybe you're already thinking about your next Volkswagen, or a second one. I'm sure you'll be very happy with your new Jetta. And if this is your first Volkswagen, I hope you become a Volkswagen driver for life. Well, what are you still watching for? You're a driver. Go out and drive.